Okay, this example is going to be a seating ticket. So this is going to be a training video on how to do a seating ticket on Bid to Win. I am going to be showing this example. This is Andy's ticket. So we're just going to come in here. And this ticket has already fully been filled out and approved. So I'm just going to go through and show y'all exactly what you should be doing for a seating ticket. So first things first, your date. It will always default to whatever day you start the ticket on. So make sure you select the correct date and the correct start and stop time. This start and stop time is going to be the supervisor / crew leader. So Andy, in this case, started at 6:30 and ended at 4:30. Your foreman, this will always be you, whoever is filling the ticket out. And your supervisor will always be Lee Shaw. Your station numbers section, which is right here, it is required. So you click this pencil and you have to put your station numbers in here daily, no matter what, no excuses. And then weather, you'll put what kind of weather you had here. And this is the notes section. This is where anything that happens or is done for the day, you would put here. Andy has put perm type 2. So that's what he did for the day. That's good. All right. Over here is going to help you fill out the ticket. So you're just going to go line by line by line down the grid here. This is your summary. This part won't show up until you fully fill out your ticket. So this is your attachments. You can put before and after pictures here. You can put anything you want to here to show us what you're doing. But we're going to come back to this section once we fully finish the ticket. So hang tight there. We're going to come here. Jobs. This is where you will add in your job if it's not already there. And since I'm doing a ticket that's already been filled out, y'all know, y'all come to the top and you're going to click blank field log and you're going to select from schedule. So your job should already be scheduled to you and stuff like that anyways. This is your estimate items tab. This is where you're going to put your production for the day. Obviously, all of this has already been added in. But if it wasn't, this is what you would see. And you would click on each item you did and then you would click add right here. So once you get all of this in, you're going to go down the list and you're going to add in your quantities right here. So you're always going to select mode no matter what you're doing because you drive to the job. So you're going to have mobilization. Your quantity for mobilization is always going to be 0.01. So you put that there. Now we're going to move to perm cover. He did 1.2 acres. And so he put that right there. Perfect. Nitrogen, 144 pounds, perfect. Phosphoric, 192 pounds. And potash, 96 pounds. Then lime, 3,120 pounds. And don't forget your HECP and whatever type you're using, and you're gonna put 1.2 acres there. So that you have to select all 4 of these when doing a seating ticket. Sometimes if you're on the North Carolina jobs, they won't have these. So you'll just select the perm cover or seating and mulching. But if you do nitrogen, phosphoric, potash, or lime, you have to include it here. All right, once you do that, you're good. You can move to the next tab. Your next tab is production accounts. You will do the exact same thing again here. It is very important that you put the exact same information and you make sure your numbers are correct before moving on. The reason you have to do it 2 times exactly the same is because when doing billing and pulling reports from Bid to Win, we have to have them both. Okay, so now once you do that again, you're good. You can move on. Here's your laydown yard time. Andy, on this day, he had some laydown yard time, so he added in there. And then drive time, he also added that in. You won't have to put any quantities here. You will just move to employees, and this is where you will put your numbers at. So as you can see, we have David and Andy here. If your employees are not added in, you just click add and you search for whoever else you may need to add, and then you will click this button. 6:30 to 4:30, 1 hour lunch. Drive time was 4.5 hours. Your lay down yard time was 1 hour. And then he put in how much time David spent doing each one of these items here. And his total hours was 10 hours for the day. Remember, when including your time and when you see total hours here, that should include your lunch daily. The only time you don't take lunch is if it is approved by Wallace. As you can see here, he added in some notes. This is perfect. I love this. I would love for you to have the email, the phone number, the person, and what you did here. This is great. Very good, Andy. Now we're going to move on to Andy's name. Same thing here. And remember, drive time, only your driver gets paid for ride time there and from. So your employees will get paid on the way to the job, but not on the way home from the job. And make sure your total hours equals what you actually worked, including your lunch and your notes down here, of course. So once you look at that, you're good. You can move on. Here's where you put your equipment. He used truck 119 and equipment 56. And he used this truck for 3 hours and this equipment for 3 hours doing perm cover. Great. This is your materials. You will need to add in all materials used for seating or whatever you are doing here, and then you put your quantity. Make sure you pay attention to the unit of measure. How it's measured is right here. So this is bag. The biostimulant is gallons. HECP is by bale, lime bag, Nutrilime bag, perm bag, and tachyfire bottle. So once you do that, you can move on. Trucking, you won't have anything there, or subcontractors, and you won't have anything in miscellaneous. So this is your review tab. It's a little check mark at the bottom. This is where you're going to go over everything and make sure everything looks right and is right. And once you go through and you confirm everything, you are then going to scroll down to where you can see your estimate items and production items. This is going to be what you are going to show your inspector, and this is what he's going to sign off on. Make sure you direct him to only look at the field log quantity, because this is what you put down and this is what you did. On both sections, field log quantity is where they should be looking. So you are going to screenshot this, and then you're going to click down here on the screenshot. You're going to use the pencil, and if the inspector agrees and signs off, he's just going to sign his name right up here where it's visible and we can see it. And once he does that, you're just going to click done at the top left, save to photos. And then you're going to go back up to your attachments. You're going to click add, photo from library. And then you're going to click where the inspector just signed. And as you can see, it's there. We're good. We're completely finished with our ticket. So we're going to click menu. And we're going to click validate and submit. This ticket has already been submitted and approved, so that is not an option for us here. But on your ticket, you will see validate and submit. Make sure you click that one. If there are any warnings or errors, it will pop up and it will show you what needs to be changed. Or if it's just pay attention to this, it will just let you keep going. If you have any questions, you can contact Delana or Tanya. Thank you.